Hi, everyone. I've been
Hello.
waiting in the lobby, but I
Okay.
didn't know that I have to start for you guys to get in. So,
How do
can you accept the camera recording so I can see your beautiful faces?
And
There we go.
There you go.
Hi.
We're twinning today.
Eh,
The
shoulders.
aloha spirit.
Aloha. Hi, Loida. Oh, unmute.
Okay, and we have Jean as
can you
Hi,
well.
hear me?
Jean.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Hello. Hello,
Hello, Kellie.
magandang babae. Kamusta?
Tayong lahat magagandang babae.
Yes, we are.
uh,
All right. We have
So,
a minute.
do you want me to be closer, to be farther away, or what?
That one is perfect.
Okay,
I
yeah.
good.
have to also prompt myself kasi the chair is too low. So I just put a
Headroom, you
little.
guys. The headroom it cannot be too,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Jean is here. She was here earlier, but I think she had to accept the video. There she is. Hi, Anne.
Can you hear me?
Welcome. Yes. Can you turn on your camera before we start? There you go.
Oh,
Hi,
there you
Jean.
go. Hi. I
Okay.
don't see anyone. Oh, here, I can
Yeah.
see now.
Awesome. It's 12 o'clock, and I'm going to start this
G-
on time
yeah.
so we can.
Jean, turn your horizontally.
She's
So we're
using
all
her
horizontal.
phone, so that's.
The phone, yes, like
No,
that.
that's
Oh,
There
Yes.
you
okay, perfect.
go. Oh my God. I like this.
Awesome. I'm going to admit everyone. Welcome, everybody.
Okay.
Yep. Ready.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. We often celebrate success loudly, right? The title, the recognition, the applause. But who is the woman behind the success and what it takes to get there? The challenges, the sacrifices, the moments of self doubt, the lessons learned through burnout, resilience, and reinvention. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Whole Woman Behind the Success panel. I'm Kellie Sabas, the founder of Happy M.E, and I'm so grateful that you've chosen to spend part of your day with us. Today, we're gathering for a different kind of conversation, one that goes beyond the titles, achievements, and accolades, to explore the woman behind them. Today, I'm honored to hear from three remarkable women. Each has built a life of purpose and impact. But what inspires me the most is not what they have achieved, but who they have become along the way and who they have helped along the way as well. My hope for this conversation is that you'll see pieces of your own journey reflected in theirs. Whether you're building a career, leading a business, caring for a family, pursuing a dream, or navigating a major life transition. I hope today leave you feeling encouraged, empowered, and reminded that success should never come at the expense of your own well being. Because real success isn't about what we build, it's about who we have become while building it. And today I have the honor to introduce three amazing women who will be part of our panelists. Our first speaker is the founder and creative director of Amour, a luxury fashion brand celebrated for its timeless elegance and artistic craftsmanship. Her collection have graced the runways of New York, LA, Paris, and Manila Fashion Week. Through her designs, she inspires confidence, creativity, and beauty of authentic self expression, proving that fashion can be both an art form and powerful reflection of the woman who wears it. She's also passionate about social work and served as military ombudsman in San Diego Command. She gives back to her community through Mahal Kita Foundation and empowers women to lead with heart and elegance as a director of Ginang, Filipinas, California. Please join me in welcoming Jean Pioso.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Tita Loida. Hi, Hennie. I'm a fan of Tita Loida. When you just wanted to quick, when you launched your book, I was gonna be there, but it was so busy for me at the time, so I wasn't. But it's my pleasure, and I'm grateful to be here.
Thank
Um,
you for being here.
Thank you.
Um, our next speaker is a three-time Emmy Award-winning broadcast journalist, producer, media executive, and storyteller with more than 2 decades of experience bringing important stories to life. She currently serves as a news bureau chief of Bilyonaryo News Channel North America, leading the US and Canada coverage. She is the anchor and executive producer of Agenda North America, the network's flagship weekly newscast highlighting stories that matter to Filipino communities across the continent. Previously, Hennie spent 2 decades with ABS-CBN International, taking on leadership role as producer, news desk editor, senior reporter, and anchor. Throughout her career, she has covered major international events and produced award-winning documentaries and news specials that have helped amplify Filipino voices around the world. Please help me in welcoming the remarkable Hennie Espinosa.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Loida. Hi, Jean. Hi to everyone that's here listening and tuning in. I know all of us are really busy, but I appreciate conversations like this because it allows us to really just sit down and just um, feed off of each other's energy. And that's what it's all about, right? It's being surrounded by positivity, by upliftment. That's what community is all about. And I hope that this discussion will really inspire us to do more, to take on more roles in our already busy lives. But really, it's also about being grounded and taking care of ourselves, because when we're not healthy and when we're not grounded, we're not able to do more. So I appreciate the conversation today.
Absolutely. See, we haven't even started, but we already have a lot of wisdom. And finally, last but not the least, I have the pleasure of having her again, and this time with all of you guys. And I want to introduce, she doesn't need recognition, sorry, introduction, but I would read a little bit of bio about herself because she is a trailblazing woman. She's a lawyer, business leader, author, and philanthropist whose remarkable journey spans law, entrepreneurship, family, and philanthropy. She is the chair and CEO of TLC Beatrice, a family investment firm, and was the first Asian woman to pass a New York bar without attending law school in the United States. After successfully challenging discrimination by US immigration authorities, she went on to serve as a general attorney in the New York federal office. Following the sudden passing of her husband, Wall Street financier Reginald F. Lewis, Loida stepped into leadership of TLC Beatrice International, a 2.2 billion multinational food company with operations across Europe. Today, she also chairs the Reginald F. Lewis Foundation, which has awarded more than 37 million in grants. Her best-selling memoir, Why Guys Should Have All the Fun, shares her deeply personal story of love, marriage, motherhood, and leading a $1 billion empire. Please join me in welcoming the extraordinary Loida Nicolas Lewis.
Thank you very much, Kelly, for your generous introduction. And it's an honor for me to share this panel with Henny and with Jean. Salamat.
It's my honor and pleasure. So let's begin. You heard the very beautiful, remarkable introductions because these women are already accomplished. They have done so much in the community, and they have inspired so many millions of people around the world. But I want to start with a simple question of who is that woman behind the success, which is the theme for today. And I would love to start with Loida. if you can please share us a little bit more insight. I had the privilege of talking to Tita Loida in her beautiful home, and I feel like I had a sneak peek or behind the scene of her love story. And I want to share it with everyone here in the panel and for those who are watching us later on the replay.
Yes. Well, who is Loida Lewis? Originally, I'm Loida Nicolas, born in the province of Sorsogon, raised by a very ambitious father who named a movie theater Loida Theater after me because his plan for me was to be in politics. But um, his goal or his ambition was sort of lent to me. So I was very ambitious, valedictorian in high school, cum laude in college, top 10% of our graduating class at UP College of Law. So when I became a lawyer, he sent me on a round the world trip with my sister. And in the United States, in New York, was the adventure of meeting the man in my life, Reginald Lewis. So I would say that Lloyd and Nicholas Lewis is really a combination of life, growing up in the Philippines, and meeting a man who was better than me in in all respect. So I think I can stand there because the rest is history.
Amazing. I still feel kilig when I hear the story about that. Henny, let's go with you next. Who is the woman behind the success? Who is Henny?
Well, I'm actually in Bacolod, where I was born and raised. I'm actually Nenen. I'm not really known as Henny. I'm the eldest of three. My dad is still a businessman at 80 years old. We have an advertising outdoor indoor advertising company called Espinosa Signs, which is actually my age.
Huh?
It's turning it's turning 50 years old. I'm 48 right now, but parang my dad opened it around the same time as when I was born. And I grew up in a very encouraging, loving environment. My parents were always pushing me, prodding me,
Mm-hmm.
not pushing to the extent of if you don't do it, there are consequences. It's more like an environment where I could be creative and I could dream big and I could, I actually did my first newscast at 8 years old.
What?
There was a kids show in Bacolod that it aired on TV, and I took an interest to it, and I read the newscast. I read really slow because I was 8 years old, but I always knew I wanted to do something television related. And
Mm-hmm.
you know I always had an intention to be a journalist. So uh when I was in Saints Classicus Academy, from prep to senior year, I would always do emceeing or anything of that sort, right? And then when I went to UP Diliman, I took up broadcasting at the UP College of Mass Communication. And then I was able to take my master's in communication at Georgia State through the scholarship given to me by the Rotary Club. So I really actually owe a
Mm.
lot to the Rotary Club. They
Wow.
gave me that education in the US, which allowed me to then pursue my career here. But I guess my the love of my parents, that encouraging environment, really allowed me to fly high, but to always stay grounded. My parents always said, you fly high, but always keep your both feet on the ground. So stay humble, be uh, always be grateful, and never take things for granted. So I grew up in that kind of environment that I still carry with me. Those are life lessons that I still carry with me to this day, and allowed me to stay in the industry for so long, right? It's all about longevity and impact, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to be there and to continue what you do, you really have to stay grounded. You really have to keep that humility and always learn new things,
Mm-hmm.
and just be grateful with what you have, feel blessed. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
That's a beautiful story. I think both of you guys, all of you, have amazing story. One for the books, as they say. Pang
Thank you.
MMK, when we say to our in the Philippines. And me, go on to Jean, my friend. Who is Jean? Who is the woman behind Jean Amour?
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you for that. So I grew up in the Philippines. I think actually I'm so different than Tita Lloyd is so successful and Hen is so known for her broadcasting. Um, that's her expertise. But I grew up in the Philippines. I took accountancy, and in the province of Davao, where it's called I don't know if you guys heard about Davao Occidental. And so I took an accountancy, but my dream is to have a job in TV. So before
Yeah.
coming here, I work Channel 13. I'm a segment producer, writer, and I travel a lot to get stories, positive stories. But I don't have a degree of mass communication. But that was my dream when I was a kid. I would told my parents I wanted to go in TV. I always watched the television, and then but growing up, I always creating and always drawing. I always on my notebook, like
Mm,
scribbling something. And so I came here in United States. So back fast forward, I came here in United States, 2001. I have my son, and his dad is Filipino, and a really good man too. And also my second husband just retired in the Navy, military. And I am the best example of an immigrant who works so hard
mm.
and came here in United States just really, you know, nothing. And then, and it's not nothing, but I started really like how to assimilate, how to really work hard to really achieve what everyone wants to do, wants to achieve. So when my son started college, told myself, okay, this is like what am I doing now? I wanted to just do something for myself. So that's why I became so busy, busy like busy painting and doing shows, fashion shows. And right now I'm engaged with called Ginang Filipinas International. This is a platform of celebrating leadership, our culture, our heritage, and these are successful women. They are going to be an ambassadors of themselves and their community, and of course, ambassador of goodwill. And so now I live here in Las Vegas. I'm here in my home. Came from California, and just really passionate about helping and creating and designing something that really makes people happy and empowers them and make them beautiful inside and out.
That's beautiful. I'm always inspired by your story. There's so many more. Like you studied um, social work as well, and you were a very successful
Yes.
social worker before you launch your artist, your
Yeah,
designer that
that's why I
career.
said I'm really like that one example. I studied again at that time. My husband, he was really like doing a lot outside from United States because he's military. And I wanted to be really get busy, taking care of everything, our house, my son now is in college. It's my only one. He's 22 years old, and taking care of him. And I said, what can I do to make my day successful and also, doing something that I love to do. So I went back to school. So as an example, like because we could not elevate ourselves without having a certificate and then showing it to our job that hey, I want to raise. So, but they're not going to let you have a raise until you have the certificate of you do something. So I decided to go back to school again. I took behavioral science 4 years, and I took my master's. I doubled my master's for medical social work and also military in at the USC, University of Southern California. And here am I working
Yeah.
so hard.
And I think it's a good follow-up question would be for everyone, but we'll start with Jean since you're telling the story. What was the mindset? What do you think are the beliefs or the mindset that help you become successful? And what gave you that motivation to really strive for success? And maybe also tell us a moment of burnout, or what happened along the way, like
Yes.
something that shaped you to become who you are.
For me, I learned that success is about contentment, because we can do something to be successful. Like, okay, I wanted to be successful. I wanted to finish school. I want to go back to school again. So that's one of the steps that you can be successful of what you want to do. So I think I did that, and I believe that I'm successful with that. I'm now doing that too.
You
So
are.
I think it's about contentment. How far do you want to be? How far do you want to be content of what you want to do? So that for
Mm,
me, success is like that. And also, I won't be successful if I don't have that strong faith with God.
mm,
Yeah, and that's really what my ground, really what helps me and shape me who I am today. And of
yeah.
course, my parents back home.
And as I get to know more about you, I really
I
think that
find.
you are a woman of faith. So thank you for sharing that. Tita Loida, what is the mindset of a successful woman, a woman who has everything? And I know you said to me before, probably you said it in your previous interviews, that you can have it all, but not all the time. Can you take us to that, the story behind that and the principle behind that and the mindset of why do you think women um can be successful, but not all the time. And I know you have great examples there.
Well, that is true. For all the women watching, we all have dreams of falling in love and having a husband, having children, having a career, having a wealth. Okay, yes, with the husband, but creating your own worth. All of that happened to me when I was around in my 40s, but I wanted it all. So I did not take care of my health. I got TB,
Mm-hmm.
tuberculosis. I had a full-time job. My husband is working full-time. I have two girls under 10 years old. I had a real estate of apartments, what is it, 64 apartments. I was managing it all.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot have it all. One will give up. And in this time, my health, I had TB. I had to stay home for 3 months. So I'm just saying to those who are listening, maybe you can do it all, but trying to do it all, something will give up. Your husband may leave you. Your children will be very malcontent. Your health will give up. Your career will suffer. So that's my advice. Take it. What take have the wisdom. And thank you, Jean, for saying, and God's guidance to know at that moment what is your duty, what
Mm.
is your responsibility, and always responsibility to self.
Thank you for sharing that story again. Um, Very inspiring, and we live in a world where, we're kind of like seeing a lot of women climb the ladder and become successful and have all the material things. But sometimes we don't know what's happening. Really, we don't know what's happening behind the scene. And if we can only be the fly in the wall, you would know that there is something there that's happening. And I think the reason why we're having this conversation is we want to learn from everyone and each of you. How did you get over that? So, Henny, I'm gonna go over to you and ask you, aside from your parents' support and your mindset to really like be a broadcast journalist and be on TV, what was the mindset and your I guess values that you brought with you to carry on and despite it all. And I know we were chatting about what happened 2 years ago, and maybe you can share that to
Yeah.
us.
So ABS-CBN, I was with ABS-CBN for so long, uh 20 plus years, right? That I was with TFC. And unfortunately, TFC News shut down operations in November 2024. And I didn't realize how much rooted I was to the company. Because when all of us in the news department lost our jobs, I was really gutted and I felt detached and I felt very lost
Mm.
about who I was, how do I move forward. I grieved. I really grieved.
Mhm.
And so my last day at TFC was November 27, 2024. And I went out that night because I said I wanted to just forget, right? Because I was so sad. And I went out. I went out in San Francisco. I went out with my friend for, like a night out, just to go dancing, right? And forget. And I remember I told God, I was like, oh God, just open a door for me. Please give me a sign of where I'm supposed to be. And that same night was the night I met my husband. So, a guy approached me at a bar in San Francisco, introduced himself, and I really was not even thinking that that was a sign, right? It was the farthest thing from my mind to. So for me, it really the love part came a little later because I was so focused on work, right? I mean, I didn't even think that finding my person was gonna happen, and then there it was. I tried to push him away a little bit, not push him away, but I didn't really think of him as a husband material. But he was just patient and let me do my own thing. Let me grieve the whatever I had to grieve. Let me find myself again. But along the way, he became like a really valuable partner to me, and that's when I knew. And I was lost for a bit until also Bilyonaryo channel came along. I didn't know whether I was gonna do corporate jobs, and the job market right now is really tough,
It is.
and a lot of women my age are going through that transition where they're so experienced and maybe so
Mhm.
successful in their previous jobs, and when those jobs get taken away from them, they feel like they're not as competitive in the job
Mm.
field anymore. Like I hadn't even created a resume in 2 decades because I didn't need
Yeah.
another job. And you just feel so lost with technology now and all the algorithms and how do I get noticed? And you feel like you're competing and being overqualified isn't really a good thing nowadays.
Yes.
Ageism is very real.
Mhm.
You put your age there, and whether they admit it or not, companies really look at the younger workforce more, I think.
Mhm.
And so it was really, really tough. But then I prayed to God again. Faith is really everything to but sometimes you get lost in your own expectations for yourself. You kind of
Mhm.
set a deadline for yourself. By this month, I need to have this job. By this time, I need to. But sometimes when you let go a little bit and let God guide you, the
Mhm.
Billionaire News Channel to me, it came to me. Uh,
It fell in
you
your lap.
at the time when I said maybe my time in Filipino storytelling is not over yet. Because I was ready to throw in the towel and just do
Mm.
corporate jobs or jobs that are not necessarily in my field. And then it came to me and being able to fill that gap in the community to continue the stories. There's so much to tell, especially now with
Yeah.
Filipino American excellence being on the global
Oh my
scene, right?
gosh. Right?
Everywhere, music, sports, right?
Yes.
And we need to be there to capture all of it. And I say just the mindset is just keep going, but no one to stop and
Mhm.
recharge. By recharge, I mean get
Mm.
energy from your loved ones. I get energy from my dog.
Yes.
He's like my comfort thing,
Yeah.
surround yourself with positive people that will ground you. I keep on repeating about being grounded, but it's
Yes.
really having a strong core, whether
Mhm.
it's physically or mentally. Like you have to be grounded on your own. You cannot, if you're not strong within yourself, be finding strength in others is not enough. It should just be
Mhm.
an add-on, but anchor yourself
Yeah.
in that no matter how strong the winds blow and how strong the storm is, you know your roots and you know your
Yes.
being and you know what you're capable of. And when the time comes, because it's all about timing,
Yeah.
opportunities, love, career, all of that. When the time comes, then you're ready to accept it wholeheartedly because your energy is open
Yes.
to accepting those blessings.
I love that so much. And that actually leads me to my question, and you answered it already. Like, what are you practicing to keep yourself grounded and whole? Talking about the whole woman, we talk about the body, the mind, the heart, the spirit. And Henny have mentioned the things that she's doing, and I know she also does Pilates and eat healthy, all of that. So, do you have anything to add before I go on to the next one? What would be your
Yeah, I
thing to
mean,
go to?
really taking care of your health.
Yeah.
Pilates is has really, I mean, Pilates is all about strong core, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just started it before I got married so I could fit into my wedding gown. That was the whole reason. And then now I do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
It just for me, it does a lot. I didn't realize. I thought just going to the gym or exercising, which I never really loved, is losing weight. You have to take away that
Mhm.
mindset, because the TV is such a cruel medium in that you
Yes,
have to be.
social media.
And I've always been, like I'm not the typical skinny anchor, and so that I've always put pressure on myself. Then I'm thinking like, if you take away the losing and maybe the superficial aspect to it, being healthy is really the totality. It's
Mhm.
everything, right? It's being strong. It's eating healthy. Even skincare for me is not really external. It's internal. It starts
Mm.
internally. If you feel healthy, right, you glow. If you
Mhm.
feel happy, you glow, right?
Yeah.
And so I think all of that, and of course, just really taking the time. I know
Mhm.
we're all busy, and I know we always say, I don't have the time to do that, but take the time, even if it's a short time.
Yeah.
Date your husband, or go on walks with my dog. My 1 hour walk with my dog is everything. And be present. Do
Yeah.
not, we tend to be on our phone when we're having dinner, let's say, or walking, right? Because we want to
Mhm.
multitask because we have so many things to do. But just take time to focus and enjoy, smell the roses. That 1 hour walk really does a lot. And
It
then
does.
then you have the energy to tackle other things. But if you try to tackle so many things at the same time, you will feel the burnout. Yeah.
Absolutely. No,
So,
that's a
Kelly,
great
can I add
advice.
something?
And Tita
Can
Lloyd,
I
I'm
start?
gonna go on to
Tita
you
Loida
because
has a question.
you wrote a
No, I
book
wanted
about.
to add something. I
Okay.
wanted to add something when you said, how do you ground yourself? Okay. When my husband died, I attended the retreat where we were taught how to do Zen practice. Zen practice means you sit, you look out, you look on a certain spot, and you just count your breath one, inhale two, all the way to 10. What does it do? It settles you, it settles me, meaning to say, it focuses my mind and connected with your inner guidance, with the
Mm.
higher power, with God. It's not that you're praying the rosary. For me, it's just being still, and
Mhm.
that's from the Bible. Be still and know that I am God. So by just taking time, 15 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, but I usually take 15 minutes. I light a candle. I strike the gong 3 times, and I'm just still. So
Mhm.
for those who are listening, for Henny, she walks the dog. You need a certain time to just be still and
Mhm.
be quiet. And maybe, just inhaling love, exhale, anger, or whatever it is, just take time to be still, 5 minutes, and connect to your higher power,
Mhm.
because it will give you wisdom, it will give you strength.
It,
That's a
it's
great
so it's so
advice.
good that what Henny mentioned and Teta Loida mentioned. I use those for my therapy sessions for my clients,
Mhm.
like that inhaling and that being really healthy body, mind, and spirit. If they're religious, they can use that, have their faith, and that's really how we can take care of the whole well-being. And Tita Loida,
Mhm.
that's a grace words and Henny.
Yeah. Tita Loida, I'm going to go back to you because you wrote a book. I didn't mention it in my introduction, but I wanted to talk about that. In your 80 years in this planet, this earth, what have you learned or how have you redefined wellness, the whole body, mind, spirit? with your experience and everything that you've been through and you've seen and experienced yourself, how do you define what wellness is and what success is right now in your
Okay, I
age?
will I will quote the letter of Saint Paul to the Thessalonians. Rejoice always. Okay, of course, there will be failures, there will be disappointments, there will be deaths, losing loved ones, and all that. But the first phrase is rejoice always. And for
Mhm.
all of you who are listening, understand what that means. For me, rejoice always because I am Christian, I'm Catholic. Okay, there was passion, but God rose again. Okay, so in the end, we have to rejoice. Joy should be part of our life. Pray without ceasing. That doesn't mean to say you're always praying the rosary. No, pray meaning to say, in the way Henny said it, be focused on what is in front of you. You're talking to somebody, give him 100%, give her 100%. Your children, okay? That's part of pray without ceasing, meaning to say you are there for the whatever duty or responsibility or what, or, walking, just be present on that moment. That's a form of prayer. And the last one is in everything give thanks. So at night when I go to sleep and I have my head, okay, thank you, Lord, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The end, finish, tulog na. I'm asleep.
Mhm.
Okay, because the day has been spent, okay, fruitfully.
Yeah.
So that's how I keep myself sane. And what was your question?
And how do you maintain your beauty
That's
and
it.
health and all of
That
that?
well, for in terms, okay, this is my next book. Look
Yes.
younger when you're older, no botox, no surgery.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, how do you
Yes.
do that on my
Me.
face?
Count
Me
us
too.
Okay.
in.
I don't have Botox yet. No filter yet, but maybe I don't know.
Okay, so of course at night you wash your face. Okay, I
Mhm.
use Eskinol. My Eskinol of my
Mm.
teenage
Oh.
years, it takes away all the dirt and then moisturize, moisturize, moisturize.
Mm.
Whatever you use,
Yeah.
just keep it on at night. And during the day, after I do whatever, I have a spray bottle that costs $1 plastic. You just put water in it and spray in the mornings. Spray by midtime. Spray by noontime. Spray by merienda. Spray by evening. Okay? Spray your face. Why? I was listening to this expensive radio ad of a moisturizer.
Mhm.
And then at the end, yes, you have to refresh yourself. Refresh? I said, no, what is it now? Whatever the word is that has connected with water. Okay? I said, oh,
Hyaluronic
that's just,
acid.
no,
So
no, no,
just
no,
spray.
just water.
Tita
Just
Loida,
water.
just spray with water. Just
Spray
use
with
water.
water. Okay, before I would use Evian, sabi ko, mahal-mahal. Tap water. Tap water. I use tap
Wow.
water now.
A
But
$1 billion advice to you guys is to buy $1 bottle and spray it. Okay, I'm gonna adapt that, Tita Loida. And of course, you walk to church every day or every week. You have that
I
exercise.
4,000 steps. The according to experts, you have 10,000. But I know in my mind I cannot get to 10,000. So I will give up. What can I manage? 4,000. Okay, going
Mm-hmm.
to church, coming back, I'm already there 3,000. So I have only
Wow.
1,000 left. If I don't go to church, walk around the neighborhood. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
um, and or if it's raining, it's snowing, I walk around my house. And
Mm-hmm.
my daughter bought me a watch, an iPhone watch,
Mm-hmm.
because it's there, the
It
number of
tells.
steps I've done during the day.
Right.
And I have a calendar where
Mm.
I weigh myself every day and I write it down.
Oh.
Wow.
And I write down my 4,000 steps. So sometimes it's 250, but basically in the whole month, it's 4,300, 4,010, five
Mm-hmm.
thousand sometimes. So why? Because by writing it down, your mind is focused. Oh, today I have to write down how many steps I have. I don't want to have, I'm very competitive with myself. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
have a calendar showing 200 steps, 100, 1,500. My goal is 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
So you move, you eat properly. All right. And
Yes.
how do I know? By weighing myself. Okay. If I
Mm-hmm.
weigh myself now, and the next day it's 2 pounds, 2 pounds higher, then the next day I should reduce my intake. I don't want to go more than 4 pounds. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
130, 31, 32, 33. When I reach 34, fast, eating almost nothing the next day. So in other
Mm-hmm.
words, I write down my weight and the steps. So that keeps me
Okay.
grounded.
Great tips. And this is all in your book, right?
In my book, that will be out in December by Penguin Random House.
Okay, we will
Yeah.
talk
Yep.
about that when it launched. And I remember before you launch your book, Why Should Guys Have All the Fun? I was there. Now you told me the story, and I was like, oh my god, this is so exciting. So we'll do
Thank
another
you. Thank
launch
you,
for the new
Kelly, for
book.
being there. And
Of
thank you for
course.
writing a very nice review in
Oh, of course.
Amazon.com. Salamat.
I feel privileged to have that behind the scene interview with Tita Loida. And yeah, that actually inspired me to do this. And then Jean Amour, as a mental health specialist, can you give us a little bit of, tips as well on how to take care of your mental well-being and maybe even touch on social aspect of it? Um, and in taking care of yourself and becoming, having the sustainable success that we're talking about today. Any
Yes.
tips there?
For me right now, because you know how fashion is competitive, how my life is so like I'm juggling with a lot of things. I have meetings and then talking to people because I'm not just I have a gowns, bridal, and plus jewelry and bags. And
Mm-hmm.
plus my casual wear, which called Mahal Kita. It's a local brand that my goal is to really reach Filipino household to have at least a piece of my product that to celebrate and express how proud we are as a Filipino. And wearing that mahal kita, it's like if you can't say I love you, say it with my mahal kita bag, or like say it with my water bottle, something like that. So for me, I think I read something about, I think that was one of your question. You said sustainable success. Is that
Mm-hmm.
part of it, right? For me, I think about it as we really need to take care of our mind, body, and spirit. For
Mm-hmm.
me, as a Catholic, also like Tita Lloyd was saying, it's so important that we grounded ourselves to really have strong faith. Because no matter what happened, if we lose control, or if we failed, which is what happened to me also, like in the past, I've been through a lot. I raised my son. I have a husband. But I don't have a husband with me. um so it's a matter of really knowing yourself, and then also what resources do you have. And then, if you know your resources, if you know yourself, what really is what you want in 5 to 10 years from now, what do I want? Who I want to be. So for me,
Mm-hmm.
right now, I feel like in my stage right now, I want my son because he only have like 1 semesters left. So I don't want to be burned out so much and work so hard. So I just want to have peace of mind, and because if you have peace of mind, you can think better. And
Mm-hmm.
taking care of mental health is and being healthy is so important. I called my son, like, it's just for an example, as if I'm not doing a therapy sessions with someone, I would always say, like, take 30 minutes of your time to really take care of your mental health and your healthy mind. To have a healthy mind and to have a healthy body. So 30 minutes of like what Tita Loida and Hennie was doing, like taking a walk to church, or like grabbing something to uh, coffee shop. Instead of driving, you can walk, and then listening to really good music while driving, or listening to a positive podcast. And also, I do all the time every morning, like if I don't have a time to go to church, I have my mass at home, like just playing good worship songs. And
Mm-hmm.
that's taking care of your mind and your body. Is like eating healthy, getting a lot of water, like Tita Lotta surprising yourself with with water is also like a healthy, a healthy way of taking care of yourself. Drinking a lot of water, 8 to 10 glasses of water, and salads, and eating that, and and at least you have something healthy every day. You cannot
Mm-hmm.
have junk food every day. At least you have meat, and salads and vegetables or fruit in your plate. And for spiritual health, whatever religion, whatever faith, we have to have, because that will help us to become stronger, whatever faith we have. If you're not Catholic or versus not, if you're Catholic or versus not Catholic, we just need to have to post one at a time, and have that practice, and put
Mm-hmm.
that in our list every day, to be thankful, like what Tita Loida was saying. Tita Loida, I'm a fan of
Yeah.
yours, that's why I keep saying it.
We
um
all are. Yeah, I think
Yes.
gratitude is really, really important, you know, in everything. Because when you're gratitude, you attract that. You attract more good things. And I love this conversation and I look at the time, it's 45 minutes and wow, where has the time go? I wanna close this conversation by asking each of the panel to share with us anything that you want to talk about. First of all, what legacy do you want to leave or impact do you want to leave in your community and what you're doing now, and maybe also find an opportunity to talk about what's next for you. I'll start with Henny.
Well, for me, my mom was a teacher for 43 years. And she's really the best example for me when it comes to legacy or leaving behind legacy. Because, when we think legacy, we think, when I get older, what kind of legacy do I want to leave behind? But we can leave legacies along the way,
Mm-hmm.
in the moment. Little things that we do is leaving behind something, right? An impact in the community, whether it's small or it's big, right? And I feel like for me, whatever field you're in, whatever stage you are in your life, you can do that. You don't have to feel super successful to leave an impact in the community. Just be a good person and surround yourself with good people. At this stage in my life, I've learned to let go and give myself grace, because we cannot please everyone, right?
Mm.
Don't be too tough on
Mm-hmm.
yourself when you cannot please everyone, and learn how to cut ties and cut your losses, right? You cannot be everyone's best friend. And
Yeah.
in our world now, there's so much stimuli. So social media, we meet so many people along the way, right? And you always like put pressure on yourself to please people or to be likable. When you
Mm-hmm.
let go of that and just be your authentic self, and whether they
Yes.
accept you or not,
Yes.
don't put it upon yourself. Just do what you can do, and give yourself grace when you can't do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think once you have that mindset that you just want to move forward without uh putting expectations and labeling failures as failures. For me, failures are just an opportunity to reinvent yourself, to
Yes.
learn, right? Because this path may not be your path. You can branch out and do other things. It's really about rediscovering passions and discovering new ones, right? And being surrounded by people who are genuinely there for you. You meet people along
Yes.
the way that you feel have your back, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then you know that they're really not your ride or dies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay, even if they were your best friends,
They're your
or
teachers.
it's okay. It's okay that people grow apart, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
we have an opportunity to build new connections. It's okay that you lost a job, because you have an opportunity to get another one where you will maybe shine even more. So I guess what I'm saying is, when life redirects you, grab that opportunity to improve yourself, to leave a legacy, to make an impact. You can make an impact everywhere, anywhere, and with whatever resources you have, for as long as you have that mindset that you want to do good,
Yeah.
and you want to serve your community. I think it's really all about, for me at least, it's about really making an impact in my own community as well,
Mm-hmm.
right? In whatever you do. And when you have that opportunity, like what Loida said, just be grateful. Be
Yeah.
grateful that you have that platform and take care of that.
Yes.
Do not take that for granted, because when people start to look up to you, uh, take care of that role, right?
Mm-hmm.
And mentor. It's all about passing the torch, and making sure our community continues to grow with more inspiring women and more inspiring people.
Thank you for sharing those beautiful wisdom with us. Tita Loida, I know we all look up to you. A lot of people, not just Filipinos, look up to you because you've shown us, what's possible. You've shown us how to live life to the fullest. And any words that you want to share with us today, with all the viewers and those who are watching, on either success, legacy, well-being, and or all of the above?
Okay, I will sum it up in three words. The secret to my success. First is goal setting. I was in elementary school, I want to be valedictorian. I was in
Mm,
College of Law, I want to be in the politics, etc. I I was in the United States, I did not think of marrying, but I found the man that was better than
mm-hmm.
me in all respects. So I gave away my ambition, my family, my country, because I found a pearl of great price. So, in
Mm,
other words, for all of women listening, each stage of your life, there is something, and you set your own goal. All
yeah.
right. And then focus. Second one is or obey a code of ethics. That's your core values. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest. Don't, the 10 commandments.
Yeah.
Don't be unfaithful. Don't lie. Don't, be betray your own friends. In other words, just go over the 10 commandments. If you put it down in simple words, it's the golden rule. Don't
Yes.
do to others what you don't want others to you. Ayaw
Mhm.
mong nakawan ka, wag kang magnanakaw. Ayaw mong dayain ka, wag kang magdadaya. Ayaw mong people unfaithful to you, then don't be unfaithful. Don't do to others what you don't. Obey a code of ethics. Because in all of our life, ang daming mga, temptation.
Mhm.
Temptation. So stop muna, stop. Okay? Would my mother approve of this? Or
Mhm.
would Jesus approve of it? So,
Mhm.
okay, or would you want somebody to do that to you? In other words, code of ethics, obey it. The last one is determination. Because all throughout your life, there will be naysayers, oh, hindi mo kaya yan. Well, who do you think of yourself? O kaya you, questioning yourself, kaya ko ba ito? Kaya mo, Pilipino tayo. Look at Alex. Oh my God, Alex
Yes.
Ayala. All right, just look at her, how determined was, but that's 7 years. 13 to 21 is 7 years. 7 years of hard work and discipline and understanding and learning. Determination, you can see it in her face. If you put them together, goal setting is G. Obedience to a code of ethics is O. Determination is D. God, God. Because with God, everything is possible.
Yes. Amen. Drop mic. Jean, you're gonna close it up. And I'm gonna go around for a little bit of advertisement. But what would be your legacy? Um, and I know you're doing it right now with the Ginang, the project. So can you tell us a little bit more about that? Women empowerment.
Yeah, so I wanted it to be to help a lot of women, to help them become who they want to be, and also helping that community. And of course, nag-uumpisa, let's always start help themselves. Self muna. Like we need to take
Yeah.
care of ourselves first. Because what happened if we don't take care of ourselves? We cannot take care of other people. So we need to
Mhm.
be really take care of ourselves and really do good. And what
Mm.
Tita Lloyd said and Henny was saying, we need to really know ourselves and then just be as an example. Be as an example to other people. If you want to live from 5 to 10 years from now, what our goals gonna be. So maybe like what purpose do you want to you have in your life and your community and your family, wherever you are, here or back home in the Philippines, whichever part in the world you are. What do you want the people want you to see? Like who do you want to be? So then maybe do something or like start doing that. Like today I wanted to like learn something, like I'm not good in AI like right now. So maybe I want to do something like be more effective or how to use the AI, something like that. And to this world, no matter what we do, and all of us know, either good or bad, people will criticize you. People will criticize us, especially me because I am in this fashion industry and I'm not bringing just gowns, but I have my jewelry and bags, and I have this Filipino brand that I want, that I work so hard, I spent so much, and people would criticize me probably and maybe talk behind my back, which is for me. I don't want to listen to those noises. I wanted to have faith and do something good that I believe is gonna be good for me, for my family, for my community, and to God. And because
Mm-hmm.
what we don't know is we have responsibility in this world. And I know my responsibility is to, we are not perfect, of course, I'm not perfect, but I just wanted maybe someone out there of a woman who is struggling. Maybe she's depressed or he is depressed. And a kid, a teenager that needed someone, a mother who doesn't have a mother right now is taking care of her. But if he or she hears about us saying something good, then it uplifts them. It
Mm-hmm.
helps them. It motivates them. It become like a motivation for them, and maybe do something. Oh, I have a lot of my models who wears my collections a lot of times, and then when I started, I have this models like, oh, they've been so much, going through a lot and depressed and having an anxiety. But I said, just be out there, wear this collection, wear this beautiful dress, because once you out there and it makes you feel more, have the beautiful, this beautiful piece will make you also beautiful, not just looking at you physically, but inside you feel better, you feel like motivated. Like
Yes.
everything that I say, may probably I always wanted to do something that I don't want them to, if they have a problems, I don't want them to have that problem at that moment. I want them to be motivated and
Mm-hmm.
maybe be happy for just that moment that I help them. So that moment, she walked in the runway and she felt power. She felt like, she said, oh my god, when I had that moment, I went back home, started sending out my resumes, and I felt happy. And I, even though I don't have my family, but it feels like you are my family to me, and the whole team is so nice to me. So that one thing that we can help in any shape or form that we can do. So I think
Yeah.
that is my legacy that I wanted
Thanks,
to,
Jean.
that my son that my
Yeah.
son learned from it
And talk about
also.
the platform that you're doing, the Ginang Filipinas, a little bit before we move on. Just 30 seconds.
Yes, so this Ginang Filipinas International, it's global. We search about at least 30% of you are a Filipino, married or not, have a child or divorced or separated. So we give this platform to women who wants to hear their voice. They have a voice, but this platform will give them a voice. Well, it helps them. It became a tool for them to feel beautiful inside and out, and also an elegance, a culture with elegance, because elegance for me is not about like your beauty. It's also like how you carry yourself, how you set yourself to people, and show yourself to a lot of people, to public. So it's an ambassador. That's what I said a while ago. You are an ambassador for yourself, ambassador
Mm-hmm.
for your community, and your goodwill, what you want to
Mm-hmm.
have, people will remember you. So setting up a goodwill, helping out people, because
And
that's what God's want us to do.
thanks. And where can they follow you to know more about that? And then I'll move on to the rest.
Yes, so we are searching right now. I'm the director of California, Tita Loida and Hennie. Maybe if you know anyone who can participate, so we give them the platform, we give them the voice. So Ginang Filipinas International at gmail.com. So they can email us. And now we are searching for California. So we have this search going on, and I hope you guys will participate so we can empower a lot of women.
Awesome. And I'll also drop your socials, of course, Jean Amour Designs on IG. Henny, you have an upcoming project aside from your TV project. You have an upcoming project you want to talk to us about, and where can they find you?
Yeah, so Bilyonaryo News Channel every day, well, every week, also with Agenda North America, we air every weekend. But the stories are every day, of course, right? But besides the news side, I actually am launching a podcast, a video podcast with Kisa Ocampo, who's
Mhm.
she was my coworker for so long at TFC, longtime friend. She's also a fellow Emmy Award winner. We just want to continue telling stories through our podcast, Kamusta Mars? That's how we call each
Yes.
other. Mars? Kamusta Mars?
Kamusta?
Kamusta ka na? So it's all about just encouraging upliftment in the community and highlighting excellence in the community and just in a relaxed setting, right? Not
Yeah.
in a news setting, getting to know people, the exactly the women or the people behind the success stories. And so we're all about that, and we just we're excited. We're excited to spread more positivity in the community. So Kamusta
Mhm.
Mars, and of course Agenda North America.
Looking forward to that.
Thank you.
And Tita Loida, anything that you want to share? I know you want to promote your book today and also your podcast.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, my podcast, the Loida Lewis podcast, I interview for no more than 45 minutes at most. uh, People, Filipinos, African Americans, white, and even one from Bangladesh who did
Mm-hmm.
extraordinary things. That's the
Right.
Loida Lewis podcast. Every Tuesday at 8, 9 o'clock, and
Mm-hmm.
TFC every Sunday at 8 o'clock. For those who would like to seek my advice, you can go to intro, and type my name, Loida Lewis. But when you ask what's my legacy, for me, my legacy are my two daughters, Leslie and Christina, and my five grandchildren, Christian, Sevilla, who are now junior in college at Morehouse and in Howard University, and the three children of my younger daughter, Christina, Calvin, Sasha, and Macy. And what is my hope for them? The same thing that President Obama said he hoped for his two girls. He said, for my two girls, I want to advise them, be good to your father. Of course, we all laughed. And then he said, be kind, be useful.
Mm.
So, in those two words, he summed up what I would think is a good legacy to leave to my grandchildren. Always be good, be useful. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. My gosh, my heart is so full. I love conversations like this, and I'm extremely grateful, beyond grateful, that you given us your time and energy and your wisdom here today. I hope for those who are watching that you learn from their stories, and I hope you see your stories through theirs, and know that you are not alone. That you have to prioritize yourself in order to also serve others who are looking onto you, like your family, your community, and even in the workplace as well. So I hope you enjoyed this conversation as much as I did. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. And this is Kelly signing off. I'll hope to see you online and in person very soon. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. God bless.
Thank
God bless.
you.